In 1599, the normal trade route for Europe to China through Turkey broke out into war. This meant that it was impossible to trade with China through that route. Henry Hudson wanted to change this by finding a rumored northwest passage through the North Pole. His first voyage was sponsored by the Muscovy Company, which was created by Henry's grandfather and the famous British explorer Sebastian Cabot. Henry Hudson obtained sponsored money from this company, so he started to prepare his charts and plan his voyage. He hired a highly skilled crew worthy of sailing with him. He planned to sail over the North Pole and back around the west side of the earth and into China. After thoroughly preparing for his voyage, he finally set sail from Europe and sailed west out of the docks. After several days of sailing west, he turned north. After that, he sailed far north. He sailed along the coast of Greenland because of a horrible storm in the open sea. As he sailed more, he went onto the coast of Norway, where he found thousands of whales. Henry named that spot Whales Bay. After he found these whales, he sailed back to Europe, and although he didn't find a route to China, his sponsors, including the Muscovy Company, happily sponsored his second journey. He planned his journey differently, so this time he would sail over the North Pole and then east to China. He gathered his crew and supplies and set sail with his English crew westward. He turned north after a few days, attempting to sail over the North Pole, but there was far too much ice blocking his way. They had to head home with no positive results. When Henry got back to Europe, sponsors were disappointed with him because he used their money on a useless and pointless voyage. The English sponsors refused to sponsor him again, and so Henry went to a Dutch company to fund his next voyage. They agreed to fund it as long as he used their Dutch crew. And so Henry hired the Dutch crew with some of his old English crew, including a largely known troublemaker, Robert Ué. He planned to sail northwest again, like in the first voyage. As he sailed out westward, a storm brewed in the Pacific Ocean and caused Hudson to sail into the St. Lawrence River, and he continued into the river. He docked on the land, and there he stayed. Soon, an unknown tribe of humans, the Indians, came with their furs and goods. The tribe kept trading with Hudson. However, when Ué tried to steal Indian food, he was caught. Later that night, the Indians came and attacked the ship. Luckily, the ship was heavily guarded with weapons the Indians have never seen before. The ship had a heavy cannon called the Falcon. Using the Falcon, the Europeans killed 11 Indians and destroyed 3 canoes. Hudson sailed out of St. Lawrence River as quickly as they could. After this, Hudson sailed back to Europe with several Indian goods. The Dutch company was satisfied and sponsored one more voyage for Hudson. After preparing, Hudson tried to use the same plan as the third voyage. He set sail out westward, but went too far west and came into a strait which led into what is now known as James Bay. After arguing with the crew several times, Hudson was desperate to find this passage. He wanted it so badly, he started to neglect his crew. The crew thought he was going insane and started planning a mutiny. Soon, they mutinied against him and the loyal crewmen. They threw him into a safety boat with no food and water and set them to adrift across the Hudson Bay. He died in James Bay, and the spot he died in is now known as Hudson's Bay. The traders sailed back to Europe only to be hanged for treason 5 years later. The end.